The first video comes from Rambling On, a solo wild camper documenting a quiet overnight camp in a remote hillside location. What begins as a peaceful setup quickly turns into an unexpected test of endurance.
But out of this mess. You might be surprised to know that there's no rain in the forecast for tonight. Oh yeah, it's never too far away.
As he clears a flat spot for his tent, the weather appears calm, with rain only visible far in the distance. But almost immediately, he's overwhelmed by relentless flies and midges, swarming his face, food, and gear.
Whew, these flies that ate you. They must be starving Marvin. Oh, I can't wait to get this tent up. This is only my second time to put up this tent. The first time was in my front room, so a little bit different when you're out here being. I don't want to light a little fire. I'm hoping that it'll give me some relief from these horse flies and deer flies and midges and all the rest. So the pad just goes in on the top. I can see it lighting inside there.
Even with insect repellents and devices meant to keep them away, the insects return in waves, refusing to leave him alone.
Around, you know, which is a good thing. And considering I've no insect repellent on, I'm very impressed. But we'll see. We won't jump the gun just yet, but it's looking promising. Now, some of you might have already realised, but I've got myself a new tent. This is the 3FUL Taji 1, and 3FUL did send it to me to test out. Now, it's not lost on me how lucky I am that companies like...
As night falls, cooking becomes a battle, with flies drawn to the food and smoke, offering only temporary relief. Eventually, he retreats into his tent, sealing himself inside just to escape the constant buzzing and biting.
That thing is still going. It's just not doing the job at all now, to be fair. But the burger looks unreal. It's dripping here, so I'm just going to shove it into my face. Then I get the other one on. Even though it's a little bit obstructed, I can still see the view, and not having the midges chowing down, it makes such a difference. I'm going to use my chair as a sit pad because I don't want to try and get into it and spill the tea. So I can just get that under my tush now, I'll be happy.
By morning, rain sets in. The insects linger, and exhaustion is clear. Despite sleeping well, the experience leaves him drained and eager to leave. The video is unsettling not because of monsters or intruders, but because it shows how quickly a calm, isolated camp can turn miserable when nature decides not to give you a break.
Until it boils, because I just can't afford for the water to spill. I don't have any more, so I would really like to have a cup of tea this morning. I'm pretty sure my powdered milk has seen better days as well, so maybe that contributed to the booty tea last night.
This unsettling encounter comes from Brendan Explores, a UK-based van life and wild camping channel, known for documenting quiet countryside park-ups and solo overnight stays. What began as a routine first night of a 4-day trip quickly turned into something far more disturbing.
On a 4-day trip in this van, which will be in this video. But we have some problems to address. Number one is this leaky sink. We cannot go on a trip for multiple days with gaffer tape wrapped around that U-bend. So we need to get in there and take a look at that. I've also brought some more accessories.
After hours of struggling to find a suitable place to park, Brendan finally settled near a reservoir, believing the area was remote and empty. As night fell and the rain intensified, strange activity began almost immediately.
Horrible weather. Okay. Right. Okay. We're now level.
A car pulled in nearby and remained idling, its headlights fixed directly on the van. Then another arrived. And another.
We've got a car outside. Just parked up looking at us, and somebody is coming towards the van with a head torch on. Someone's at the back of the van. What the hell is this person doing? He's just sat there. The headlights shine at the van. There was absolutely no reason why anyone should be down this road at this time of night unless they can.
People stood outside in the darkness, lingering far longer than anyone reasonably should. No voices. No explanation, just silent figures gathering around what was supposed to be an isolated spot. As more vehicles appeared, Brendan realized the situation was escalating fast.
A couple of blokes just stood round. What the hell are they doing? What was supposed to be a quiet spot is turning into the complete opposite. Someone else has bloody pulled in now. Why are they coming that close? This is weird. We got another one turning up. What the hell?
Trusting his instincts, he made the decision to leave, abandoning the location and driving off into the night in search of safety. Later, he discovered the area was known locally for late-night activity and was never meant for overnight camping.
Oh. Look at them all, look. Look at them all. What's this here? This looks like what I saw on Park for Night. Oh, damn it.
Sometimes, the most frightening encounters aren't paranormal at all, just unknown people, watching, far too close for comfort. Glad you made it out safe, mate. Keep yourself safe. Love the videos. The next unsettling encounter comes from Kenny of all trades, a solo camper exploring Minnesota's national forests during fishing opener weekend.
This was all going to be open. Oh boy, was I wrong. Last night, I found 5 different campers, all in areas that I'd pinned throughout this forest. I keep coming up empty. This morning, we just stayed in an open pit.
Expecting isolation, he instead finds every pinned campsite already occupied. One by one, his plans fall apart, forcing him deeper into unfamiliar forest roads.
I think I'm on the right trail. Let me show you what I'm looking at here. Stay. Down at the end of this road, there's a lake, and it's got a dispersed campsite. We're in the...
Eventually, he discovers what appears to be the perfect single lakeside site, but the relief doesn't last. While unloading gear, a stranger suddenly pulls into the campsite without warning. His dog wanders freely, ignoring commands, nearly entering Kenny's camper. With no respect for boundaries and no control over the animal, the situation turns tense fast.
Well, I decided to dump the audio on the computer really quick. And then some dude just pulls up next to me and decides he's going to set up. He's out fishing right now. His dog's just walking around my campsite, so don't want Toby to go outside. I think we got to find a new place. Well, that was a good test for Toby. We were both at the dinette. I was standing loading clips into the computer, and Toby was just sitting on the bench when Lab comes into the campsite and almost came right up the camper steps. And Toby didn't completely freak out, which was good. That guy had zero recall on his dog, so I wasn't about to put up with that all afternoon.
Unwilling to risk confrontation or an incident involving his own dog, Kenny packs up again and leaves. The pattern continues. Equipment malfunctions, lost audio, failing cameras, small frustrations piling on in an already isolated environment.
We are going to find someplace different. It's just the way it was meant to be. It's a good thing I filled up my water tanks on the way out here. Keep the center of gravity down. Thought we were going to come up on two wheels for a second. We're almost out of here.
Later that night, smoke drifts across the lake. The air grows thick, burning his eyes and nose. Unsure whether it's a distant wildfire or something far closer, he makes a difficult call. For his safety and his dog's, he abandons the campsite entirely.
This doesn't mean that the wildfires have started up in Canada already. Let me show you. Kind of smells like a house fire. We were able to...
Sometimes, it's not what you see in the woods that drives you out. It's what you can't explain. Yes, unfortunately, big fires in BC and Alberta for everyone to be safe. Evacuations have been given out. The next disturbing encounter comes from CJ Faison, a solo van camper known for pushing into places most people avoid. On a freezing winter night, CJ travels deep into the Pine Barrens of New Jersey after receiving a series of emails warning him about alleged cult activity hidden within the forest.
Heard stuff I can't explain, and quite frankly, I'm still out to see what this really is. Now, I'm here alone tonight. I'm camping in my van. I'm miles away from civilization, but this isn't just a camping trip for me. I'm here to investigate something other than ghosts, and it's to find out if these cult rumors are actually real.
Bodies, disappearances, and unsettling rumors surround the area, and locals insist something dangerous operates there after dark.
And they disappear. All right, cool. Sweet. What could go wrong? The noise that you hear right now, that's actually the heater that is on right now. All right, heat's on, everything's good. All right, cool. Wait. I need my knife. All right, got my knife. Let's go explore.
Camping miles from civilization, CJ begins exploring nearby trails on foot and by e-bike. Almost immediately, strange signs appear. Balloons scattered in the woods, unexplained footprints, abandoned structures, and vehicles silently watching from a distance.
Now here, that's a really big shoe print. Right there, right there. And they just, I could be wrong, but there's a balloon right here, a popped balloon. Actually looks like that thing melted. It's really creepy. Huh. Yeah, that was strange. I saw a little orange piece down there on the ground, and that's what caught my...
As night falls, multiple people seem to arrive and leave without explanation. Voices echo through the trees. Objects appear, then vanish. At one point, CJ stumbles upon what looks like a mask and a possible drop location.
My plan is if somebody comes up to me, I'm just a dumb YouTuber, I'm looking for ghosts. That was loud. Definitely a male voice. Definitely came from over that way in the truck. I'm just gonna ride by. I guess and see what happens. Did something. There's a mask right here. A very hairy mask, by the way. Like, what I'm saying is this might be like a drop location for something, or I do know that you know, a lot of cult-like activity, I've done my research on it, they use a lot of encrypted based messaging systems. Now,
as tension escalates, CJ realizes he may no longer be alone, and that someone could be actively monitoring him. Unsure whether he's witnessing cult activity, coordinated surveillance, or something far worse, CJ retreats to his van as unseen figures move through the darkness.
Okay, chill, okay. Okay, so, alright, there's clearly people out here, clearly.
By morning, everything is gone. No evidence, no answers. Only the lingering fear that whatever was out there knew he was watching.
Cults may have met up at that one location at one point or another, but was that supposed to be this night that I was out there? That's to be determined. How do I know that that information given to me was accurate? I trusted somebody's word on it, and looking back, it was a very stupid decision.
OMG, the guy saying I can see you freaked me out. September 18th, 2025, Alaska, British Columbia border. Angelo, from the YouTube channel Exploring with Angelo, arrived at a remote lakeside campsite surrounded by fog, ancient trees, and absolute silence. What began as a peaceful night quickly shifted.
Somebody calls your name.
There are stories of Bigfoot out here too. But, I mean, unless Bigfoot can walk on water, I don't know. Guys, you could literally still see the ripples. Something moved.
He set up camp, built a fire, admired the still water. Then the temperature dropped fast. As darkness settled in, Angelo powered on a spirit box, joking about local legends, Bigfoot, mimics, things that copy human voices. That's when it happened. The device repeated his own voice back to him, word for word, not delayed, not distorted, perfect.
See what comes through. I'm going to use the Skinwalker Talker, aka the Spirit Talker. That's much better. Because it's in the pit, it doesn't get as much airflow. That's the only problem with these. But good enough, I guess. Alright, well, whatever's here, do you want to come through on here and tell me what you are? I have a feeling there's some sort of mimic here. Something. Anything at all?
Moments later, rocks appeared stacked near his table, stones he swore weren't there before. From the water came strange ripples, then a deep, wet grunt echoing from the lake itself. Whatever it was, wasn't swimming.
Trumpet.
What the hell? What do you mean by trumpet? And who left these rocks? Can you tell me who left the rocks on the table? Oh, I'm so thirsty. Okay, well, if you're not going to talk, I'm just going to go to sleep. I don't know why, but I love that sound. It's so great.
I literally just heard something. Like some sort of like weird grunt. Oh, Mr. Moose! These boards are a little sketchy, but the dock is good. Oh.
As Angelo tried to sleep, voices whispered outside the tent. Footsteps circled him. His light suddenly died. Panic took over. He fled the tent barefoot, grabbing his camera as something breathed inches away in the dark.
Too sharp, too loud. Now I am going to assume that's probably on this trail, and maybe we will come back like when it's actually dark and then do the trail again just to kind of see what happens. But right now it's peaceful. We can hear birds. There is no wind. There's no water dripping, obviously, because there hasn't been a lot of rain in this area. It's been very sunny and relatively dry. But anyways, the story continues. About halfway in, by that massive cedar everyone calls the big tree, which I'm assuming we're getting to, which I think, like I said, is right in front of me, I stopped to rest. That's when I noticed something strange. On the bark about 6 feet up, there were deep grooves, not from animals, not the usual bear claws. These were parallel, almost like fingers. I told myself it was rot, or an old logging scar, but as I kept walking, I saw more of them, on every second or third cedar, faint but visible, 5 long, deep scratches, always at shoulder height. So we'll see as we walk through.
OMG at 12:10, that voice that said come here was so creepy sounding. This last unsettling footage also comes from exploring with Angelo, a paranormal explorer known for spending nights alone inside abandoned and allegedly haunted locations.
Stabbed in the back? Who was stabbed in the back?
Use numerology.
It's definitely snowing again. That's fun.
Use numerology? Yeah, it looked like for a second like something moved past the car. Nothing other than the wind picking up. All right, let's try it again. 1, 2, 3. Oh, foot cramp, foot cramp. Oh, that sucks. Ah, bad timing. Really bad timing for that.
On a freezing winter night in Canada, Angelo returns to a decaying property locals call the Demon House, choosing to camp completely alone while snow falls around him.
Just gotta keep my fingers moving.
Stabbed in the back.
Stabbed in the back? Who was stabbed in the back?
Almost immediately, strange sounds echo through the building. Footsteps, distant bangs, and unexplained movement seem to follow him from room to room.
Hopefully not demonic. Although we do call this the demon house quite often. It's just completely quiet now. Okay, well, I'm gonna go back upstairs. It's usually where I like to see if I can get some responses tonight. Rambling on for too long. Smash the like button and let's get the adventure started. So I was hearing the footsteps or whatever the hell I was hearing. It sounded like it was back here. Now, interestingly enough, there was one night I remember specifically, I could have sworn I heard something moving back here. The car was back there. We were kind of walking through and we heard something, but...
As the night grows colder, Angelo attempts to communicate using paranormal apps, triggering chilling responses like stabbed in the back, enter at your own risk, and something bad is here.
Okay, well, I don't really know. That was a loud ass bang though. Alright, well, I guess we can go take a quick look upstairs. It is absolutely just frigid in here.
Your own risk.
Enter at your own risk? What? Oh, wait a second. I think I know what smashed. Zach? Can you move something else for me?
Something bad here.
Yeah, I think that's a given. Just said something bad here. Almost in like a kid's voice. I mean, close to the usual voice that comes through. Something bad. It here?
Doors appear to move on their own. Objects fall without explanation. At one point, something seems to strike the structure from outside while he's inside his tent. Exhausted, freezing, and clearly shaken, Angelo struggles to sleep as noises surround him from every direction.
Okay, but seriously. Odd that door is closed. Okay, clearly no one's here. Somebody back there? Strange. This door is usually never closed. Around right now, right here, and it's pretty dangerous. One of these days, I swear we're gonna like fall in there. But let me get Spirit Talker out. And actually, you know what? Not that it's gonna do much, but. What is that? The fact that I can't see anything is driving me crazy. I should have taken the rain guard off.
By early morning, he abandons the camp, convinced the property is not only haunted, but actively hostile. Whether paranormal or psychological, this night left him visibly disturbed, and eager to leave before whatever was watching decided to come closer.
Well, it seems to me that the entire property is completely haunted, like beyond belief. It doesn't sound like something's moving behind the camera. Nothing. Okay.